Complete team coverage on Hurricane Matthew for you.
Let's go now to Local 10 News reporter Leanne Motorhone, who is live in North Bay Village, where it is rainy and windy out there for you. Leanne.
Well, Lori, Calvin, I hope all the viewers at home are doing the opposite of what I'm doing right now, standing outside as this wind is picking up. At last check, it was around 30 to 35 miles an hour. I'm going to step out of the way. You can see these the white caps in the water, just how high those waves are kicking up against the rocks. And you can see those telltale palms whipping in the wind, all going towards one single direction as that wind just picks up. You can see just how badly, if you've been with us for the last several minutes to 30 minutes, you see just how quickly it sort of deteriorated around here. At last time we spoke with you, it was overcast. You could definitely see the waves were picking up, but it was not raining. I wasn't even wearing my rain jacket, and suddenly I found myself sprinting to our vehicle to get that rain jacket on and my rain pants on. And so here we are showing you the conditions live in North Bay Village. This is Pelican Harbor Marina off of 79th Street, and you can just tell this is no ordinary thunderstorm. This isn't just a single day in the rainy season. This is the approach of Hurricane Matthew, a powerful Category 4, a storm we haven't seen in many years in South Florida. You know, I've lived here my whole life. I was a little girl growing up through Hurricane Andrew, seeing those images growing up, being a college student in Wilma, seeing so many storms that have knocked out power and done so much worse, devastated homes and neighborhoods. And so when you see a Category 4 hurricane coming so close, we know we're going to feel the effects. We're feeling them already. It just sends chills up your spine to think about what could possibly happen. And of course, our neighbors just to the north of us, the potential for their impacts to be so much worse. We are fortunate in the sense that the storm is coming to us at an angle and seems to be coming even closer to Florida's coast the further north you get. And so our hearts are with them at this point. Just looking at this, you realize this is just the beginning. This storm has an entire day to intensify. And so looking at these live pictures right now, standing outside in this wind, having to brace myself by placing my feet a few feet apart to be able to stand the wind.
Hi, Leanne. This is Chief Meteorologist Betty Davis, and you're not even feeling the worst of it yet, as we're just now starting to have some of those initial rain bands move in, and you can definitely see the water is aggravated, the raindrops on the camera lens, and at times you may find the rain actually blowing sideways. So far, your winds probably gusting to 30+ miles an hour. We have a live picture of North Bay Village on the left and a picture of the actual radar, which shows Hurricane Matthew, noting that the eye of Hurricane Matthew is back out near that northeastern tip, we'll say, of Andros Island, the storm moving northwest at 14 miles per hour. But no question about it, some of those outer rain bands already starting to rotate in. And with that, we'll bring in our hurricane specialist, Max Mayfield. He's standing by too. Yeah,
that one little outer band is over you right now, and on the radar we can see the yellow and the reds there. The eye is very well defined, you know, way out here near the northern portion of Andros Island. Actually, the north eye wall is moving over the Berry Islands right now, so they're really getting the worst case scenario right now. But we're still, this is, you know, 140 miles southeast of West Palm Beach, so the core is still a long ways off. And what happens when you have those really heavy showers and thunderstorms in those rain bands, that can bring some of that high momentum air down to the surface. So the winds will pick up, be strong for a while, but that outer rain band that Leanne's in right there is going to, you know, pass on through, and winds will die down some. But just because you don't have those heavy, like on the radar, the reds and the yellows, doesn't mean there's no wind. I mean, the wind's still blowing, but they will pick up and where the heavy showers move through. And if you look at that, you'll see that, you know, you've got a lot more of those bands closer to the center. So once those bands get here, it's going to continue to go downhill. I mean, from here on out through the night. I think the one thing I want to say, those bands are going to become more frequent and more intense the closer the hurricane gets to the coast.
So this is only just the beginning. If we can come back here, maybe I can walk us through the Doppler radar so we can get a better idea of which communities are being lashed right now across South Florida. So this is the satellite and radar imagery, and then the actual Doppler radar shows this band lined up right along that coast of Broward County, extending down into northeast Miami-Dade. And this is what Leanne is caught up in. Max, you were just talking about some of the rainfall rates we're going to be enduring, and some of these will indeed be heavy. And we know that because we see the yellows and the cores of reds embedded within some of this rainfall. So we're talking rainfall rates that will top 1 inch per hour at times, and we're finding that rainfall rate, that is indeed the case. And then right around Miami too, we're into a heavy downpour of 3/4 of an inch per hour. So it's going to be messy out there at times, and then you get a little break from the weather. But you can see how this is all following the flow around the outer extent of our Hurricane Matthew, which is centered still near the Bahamas, Andros Island. So from the northwest, northeast, I should say, heading on down toward the southwest. And so Kendall, down toward Cutler Bay, even around Miccosukee, we're going to have some of this rainfall moving in, and there could be a push of wind moving into more of your communities too. Hialeah, I'm sure right about now you know exactly what I'm talking about. So as I said, this is only the beginning, and we're going to be here tracking this storm. This band moves through a little break, and then there's more to come. Lori and Calvin?
Can we ask you one question? The speed, it's moving at 14 miles per hour. That's as fast as we've seen this slow-moving storm move, I think. Is that good? I mean, we want it to move out, come in and move out fast.
I know. Well, it's good that it is moving. There was a point when we saw it coming over the Caribbean where it was moving like 4, 5, 6 miles per hour. So the sooner we can get it near us and then away from us, the better. So hopefully we can keep that forward speed going and get no slowdowns, because the longer this sits over us, the more time we're going to have to endure these conditions that will get more and more horrible. So we want that speed to continue, that momentum to continue.
And if Leanne is only dealing with the outer bands of this storm, you can only imagine as it gets closer to the eye, right?
Exactly. Remember those hurricane force winds extending out some 45 miles away from the center, although that may have changed. I have to check that. And more than 100 miles from the center, those tropical storm force winds extend. And yes, it's around that eye where you get the worst of the weather. That is why the landfall of this system is going to be so interesting, because those areas will likely endure the worst of what this storm has to offer. And right now we're anticipating that landfall probably a little more north of us as far as that eye is concerned, so around Palm Beach County. But remember, the storm is huge, so the impacts will extend beyond that. We cannot stress that enough. So we too will be enduring some weather that you don't want to be outside in. So just because Leanne is out there, she's only out there to give you some perspective of how it's occurring. And we definitely want you all to be very safe in this situation. So now is really the time for you to stay inside as those initial rain bands start to come through. The weather is going to worsen as we head throughout the day. So hunker down as things start to deteriorate more and more through the afternoon and then later tonight. Coming up in a few minutes, we're going to talk more about the winds we're seeing now and how those winds will change as we're heading through the day. Max, I know you're over there working on your computer. Do you have that wind field graphic illustrating how those winds are going to come in or could change? Is that ready to go?
I don't quite have that, but you know, looking at it here, it looks like the center is going to be near Freeport or somewhere near the western end of Grand Bahama by, I don't know, say around 8 p.m. or so tonight. So, you know, that core is going to be very close. One thing I want to just emphasize is that you don't have to have hurricane force winds to down trees and branches, and that means power lines. So, you know, the power is going to go out in some areas, and you've got to be ready for that.
And so, Max, if you're saying the eye would be around Freeport around 8 p.m. roughly, what timing do you see? Would be literally overnight then for us?
Oh,
right
yeah,
off the coast?
I think yeah, things will go downhill this afternoon, and you know, by mid-afternoon certainly storm force winds and some of those bands easily, and then it's going to go downhill through the night, and you know, by the time the sun comes up, although we're not going to be able to see the sun, but by 6 or 7 a.m. Things will be improving, and hopefully below tropical storm force down here in South Florida by then.
And I know, Max, we've talked so much about preparation leading up to now, but if there is a window of time that people have to possibly get some more preparation done, how much more time do they have?
Well, if they're between bands here and the winds are, they die down, you may have another hour or two, but I'd hate to push that. Hopefully you've almost completed those preparations now. Oh,
and I actually see your friend there, yes, Dr. Rick Knabb.
Hey, Rick, how are you?
Thanks for
help me or help us convince our viewers that you don't have to have strong hurricane force winds. I mean, if that eye wall passes a little bit east of us, and we're just talking about Miami-Dade, Broward County, and Monroe County right now, and the southern part of Palm Beach, if that donut there, that eye wall stays just a little bit offshore, we don't want to say we're in the clear. Help us convince folks of that.
Yes, there are so many hazards that extend far away from the center of a hurricane that we cannot presume that just because the center of circulation isn't going over our house, that we can't be the center of action for inland flooding, for strong tropical storm or even hurricane force winds. Look, I've got my shutters up at my home inland in Broward County. I'm not in the cone of uncertainty anymore, but I'm in areas where I could still get damaging winds, inland flooding. The warnings haven't changed. The hazards are what we need to focus on. And two folks I want to call out to that are probably within the sound of our voice one way or another is if you're in an area that is vulnerable to storm surge, Palm Beach County northward, or somebody who's up there, and they've been told to evacuate by the local officials. They got to get out now, and like you said, Max, time is just about out in that area. And then also, there might be people in mobile homes or other structures that have been told, or recommended to get out of mobile homes and other places because of the wind. And then other thing is stay off the roads. I mean, inland flooding has taken so many lives, and you don't have to be in tropical storm conditions for that to happen. Rain and water can be deadly even if you don't get the winds and the eye is far away from you. Yeah,
really good advice. And also driving here at nighttime in the dark, if tree limbs are down or debris on the road, or if the power's out and the lights or stop lights are not functioning, that's very dangerous. So just don't be out driving around tonight, period. What about high-rise buildings?
Yes, gonna hit on that as well. If you go 20 to 25 stories up in a high-rise, and at the ground they're getting Category 1 force winds, you're going to get Category 2. So the higher you go up in a high-rise, the stronger the winds are going to be. And then you mentioned power outages and other effects. We've run the numbers. We know that just almost as many people die as associated with tropical cyclones, not directly due to the forces of the storm, not the wind, the water, but they die because they run a generator when the power is out in their home and the carbon monoxide poisoning takes out a family, or they light candles and they set a fire, or they go out on the road and they get into an accident. So many ways you can get yourself into trouble. Let's avoid having anyone listening to us right now be one of those numbers we have to put in our report after this storm goes by.
Right. Ed Rappaport and I talked about that last night, and we want to keep reminding people that because, as you say, time and time again, after hurricanes, we read about the loss of life and people doing things like causing fires inside the house from candles, the carbon monoxide poisoning. Those deaths are preventable, and it just takes a little bit of common sense and just be careful, and we can prevent that.
Thanks so much, Max, for helping us get the word out. Yeah, that's so important.
Okay, yeah, it's not all about the meteorology, and actually, I don't know about you, Rick, but from where I sit, the Hurricane Center has done, its job. The Weather Service forecast offices are doing the small-scale impacts there. The local officials have stepped up and have told people what to do. But the truth is, all that is for nothing if individuals don't make their own preparations for themselves and their families and do the smart thing. Just don't be out driving around in this.
Yeah, and up in central and northern Florida, you got to get done with your preparations by tonight because tomorrow morning it goes downhill. A lot of people are being told to evacuate and take shelter there.
Thank you, Rick, very much. Good luck.
All right, gentlemen, thank you so much. It's always great to have your perspective right from the National Hurricane Center.
And here are live pictures now from the city of Hollywood, Hollywood Beach. You can see there our cameras showing those white caps on the sea there and those waves whipping up against the shoreline. It is deteriorating fast there.
Our own Michael Seiden is right there live, where maybe half an hour ago you could even see some glare from a little bit of sun behind those clouds, and now it is just going downhill fast. Michael.
Lori and Calvin, right now a live look at Hollywood Beach. And I got to tell you, in the last 30 minutes, these conditions have gotten pretty bad out here. We have been getting drenched by water, those strong winds. You can now hear the waves crashing. Also, you can hear the wind. And it was amazing because about an hour ago, there were a lot of people actually hanging out on this beach. We saw people running and walking up down the boardwalk, but now other than this family out here, it's practically a ghost town. But again, the conditions, we're really starting to feel Hurricane Matthew. In fact, I've got this wind measure right here. I'm going to try to see if I can get a reading right now. Doesn't look like we're getting an accurate reading, but probably about an hour ago we were seeing 20-mile-per-hour winds, much stronger now, and we have just been getting absolutely drenched. But again, I want to show you guys, take a look. This is Hollywood Beach, and you can just see those waves out there. It is obviously, you do not want to be going into the water, especially right now. In fact, we talked to a man who was there earlier, about 2 hours ago, and he described the undertow and how strong the current was out there. But it is amazing how in 30 minutes the conditions could change so much. I mean, we have been getting drenched by this rain and a lot of strong winds out here. So again, another look here at Hollywood Beach. We've seen a number of emergency officials who've been driving up and down the boardwalk trying to get people to get off the beach. And also, if you're familiar with this area, when you walk up and down the boardwalk, there's a number of condos, hotels, restaurants. We saw some business owners making last-minute preparations, putting up those shutters. So everyone obviously taking this hurricane very seriously. But as you guys continue to look, the ocean's certainly rough out here. And that is the very latest out here from Hollywood Beach.
This is Max. Have you seen any surfers out there this morning?
Hey Max, we have not seen any surfers out there. We did see a father and his son. It looked like they were on a boogie board. They're the only ones we've seen who have actually gotten into the water. But earlier, we did see a number of people out here taking pictures and hanging out and capturing this moment. And again, Max, what's amazing out here is just how in the last 30 minutes the conditions have really changed. I mean, you hear those waves crashing and the strong winds, and then we've just been getting drenched by the rain.
Yeah, time and time again, we see at least some loss of life, you know, with surfers out there, and this is not the day to do that. Tomorrow's not either.
Right now, Michael, we're seeing winds along the coast sustained from the northeast around 20+ miles an hour, and they're gusting beyond 30 miles an hour. So I know a lot of people out there are probably excited to see the waves sort of coming up like that. Very exciting, but this is dangerous. You have one band pushing through, the wind staying up, and then more bands pushing through, and the winds are going to get more intense as the day wears on. So we can't stress that enough. I know a lot of people probably want to get out and just see what it looks like, what a hurricane looks like as it's closing in on South Florida, but this is certainly not the time to do that, as the weather is going to continue to go downhill for the rest of the day. Right now, we do know that the storm itself, it's very strong. Maximum sustained winds at 140 miles per hour. So the center still pretty far away from us, but just amazing to see people out in the 20+ mile an hour sustained winds. Meantime, near the Bahamas, Andros Island, those winds clocking at 140 miles per hour.
And Betty and Max, if you'll stay with us, Michael, we know you're in place. Let's move up the coast there to Fort Lauderdale Beach. That's where our Ian Margol is. And Betty, maybe the winds are about the same there,
yes,
but let's see what the conditions are like. Ian, take it away.
Guys, you can see the waves here really starting to whitecap. We're starting to get the wind picking up even more. We've had a steady rain for the last, I'd say, about 20 minutes or so. We've had a pretty good steady rain. There was a lot of people clearing off the beach. As it's calmed down slightly again, there are more people back on the beach. We can go ahead and take a look at some video we had earlier as well. We had some people out here that were kite surfing at one point. We do not recommend doing this. In fact, I spoke with fire officials here in Fort Lauderdale who tell me that not only is it putting the people who are out there in danger, but it's also putting emergency crews in danger as well.
We are here, but our resources are limited, and the day progresses. The storm's coming, it's coming, and to be safe, let's get out of the water and get home where we should be.
Back out live now, you can see the trees really starting to sway out here. We're on Las Olas Boulevard at A1A. And one of the things that the fire crews told me is at 35 miles per hour, 45 miles per hour, right in that range there is a threshold. They actually are not safe to go out in their big rescue trucks, in their big fire trucks, to keep people safe. They're top heavy. The fire trucks are top heavy. So at that rate, it's sort of a threshold where unless there's a building fire, something that is truly dire, they're not able to come out and help. So anyone that is out here is actually causing more trouble than good. And I want you to take a look right down the street here. This is the Elbow Room. It's a local bar that a lot of people know, a lot of people frequent. Guys, it is completely packed with people clearly not listening to our warnings at this point.
Perhaps they will, and we thank you for your report, and we'll be checking back in with you, and we thank you for watching at this hour, everyone. We continue to track Hurricane Matthew, a Category 4 storm. We'll have much more when we come right back. Don't go away.